Hey everyone, welcome to We Can Automate. In this particular session, we are going to learn about how to create agents in parallel using CrewAI. In the previous session, we have understood about how to create agents in a sequential way. In this session, we are going to understand about how to create agents in parallel pattern and what is the difference between the sequential pattern and parallel pattern, how it differs, and then we get into the coding part. So to understand difference between the sequential and the parallel patterns, we will get into a block diagram and then we will try to understand what is the difference. Left hand side, what you are seeing, this is the block diagram which we have created in the previous session to create agents in a sequential way. That means whenever there is a user input comes, all the agents which are available that runs in a sequential way. That means first destination researcher agent will run. After that, itinerary planner agent will execute, then the budget analyst agent. All this execution happens in a sequential way. If you take a look, there is one problem here. Destination researcher, right? This is doing multiple tasks. It does the research on the attractive places. It does the research on the hotels. It does the research on the food also. All these three tasks are being performed by using a single agent. So if we can split this particular task into multiple agents, that is in a parallel way, this is how it looks. I'm referring the second diagram which is there in the right hand side, multi-agent travel planner system using parallel pattern. So whenever there is a user input comes, that user input goes and split into a multiple agents which are running in parallel. These agents are, first agent is like attractive places agent. This is going to search only the attractive places, right? At the same time, there will be another agent that is hotels agent. This will be searching for different hotels available in the specific place. And the third agent is food agent. And this is going to search for different food options which are available during the trip. So all these three agents will be running in parallel and it will produce the result. When it produces the result, that result goes to a itinerary planner agent. This particular agent is going to plan or prepare a day-to-day complete plan for 7 days. Then it goes to budget analyst agent. Then it will look for the budget. Take a look. All these agents are having a respective task and all these particular three tasks will be running in parallel. Then it will produce a result. This is the exact difference between the sequential and parallel. In real-time systems, we'll be using parallel or hierarchical pattern while building a agent. So now we have understood about the sequential and parallel multi-agent system. CrewAI tool doesn't have a specific pattern to specify that this particular agent should run in parallel way. Instead, there is a small flag that is called as async underscore execution equals to true. So whenever you are creating any task which is associated with any of the agent, if you turn this particular flag as true, then that particular agent will execute in a parallel way. That is the only difference if you compare to previous code which we have seen it. If you have not watched the previous video, you can go and check it. Everything other approach, whatever we have learned in the previous session are same. Now let's get into the coding part. This is a repository which we have created in the previous session. If you go and expand it, I have clubbed all the previous code into one of the folder called travel planner with the sequential pattern. If you expand this, the same folders whatever we have created, agents and the task, inside this we have agents as well as a task, and outside of that is a main function. If you want to achieve the same multi-agent system in the parallel way, as I said, code is almost similar. There is no much change in that. So I have already written the code to save the time here. If you not watched the previous session and you are directly landing on this particular session, then you can go and check the previous session so that you will understand how the sequential way looks like. Then it will be easy to understand the parallel pattern also. If you open this travel planner with the parallel pattern, I have created a separate folder called travel planner agent with the parallel pattern. Inside that, I have created another folder called agents underscore task. In that, if you take a look, as we discussed, the first three agents which we have here are running in parallel, right? So attractive research agent, hotel agent and food agents, all these agents will be running in parallel. First, I'll be creating these three agents. It says that attraction underscore agent, this is the first agent which I'm creating and saying that role is attraction researcher. Goal is to find the best tourist attractions. Backstory or context is expert in famous tourist attraction around the world, and I'm passing the LLM. It is similar to what we have learned before also. Similarly, I'm creating a hotel agent here, and next I'm creating a food agent, and then the fourth and fifth agents are itinerary agent and budget agent. So here all 5 agents are created. Now coming to the task, this is very important as we are having these 3 tasks running in parallel. First 3 tasks, so I'm mentioning that attraction underscore task. This is the same way what we have learned in the previous session. In the task, I'm going to mention that description, research the top attraction in particular destination, and it should include all these things: must visit places, hidden gems, best time to visit, and expected outputs are list of attractive places. And here I'm tagging the attraction underscore agent which I've created above, and this is very important. Async underscore execution equals to true. When you are sending this particular variable as a true, that means that this particular task should run in parallel way. Similarly, for the second task, hotel task also, I am mentioning async underscore execution equals to true. That means this particular task also will run in parallel to this particular first task. Similarly, the food task, that is also I have made the async underscore execution equals to true, so that first three tasks will be running in a parallel as we have seen here. Now comes the fourth and fifth task, that is we call it as a dependent task, itinerary task. Here I am mentioning that description equals to using all previous research, create a detailed day by day itinerary, and here I am mentioning that expected output is complete itinerary plan, and agent I am assigning which I have created above, and here I need to pass the context. The first three tasks whichever I have created, the result of all three parallel tasks will be coming as a context to this particular itinerary task. So all the result will come to agent 4, it will go to itinerary task. Then the budget task description is estimate total travel cost, and it should include flight, hotels, food, local transport activities, and here I am saying that agent is budget underscore agent which I have created above, and input will be itinerary task. Whatever the task which is created in the previous task, that is itinerary task, that will go as a context to this particular budget task. Now we have created all the agents, 5 agents and respective tasks. First 3 tasks are running in parallel, remaining 2 tasks are running in a sequential way. Now coming to the crew part, we are creating a crew here. Similar to the same previous session, we are adding all the agents names here and then all the task name here. And if you take a look here, process equals to sequential. This is not changing in parallel also. In parallel also you will be mentioning as a sequential. Only thing will change is in the task you are mentioning this async equals to true. Apart from that, there is no change. How you create the sequential pattern agents, the same way you need to create these agents, only you need to pass this particular flag. Now let's go to a main part here, and main part is exactly same here. I'm just calling the crew function whatever I have created here. I'm calling in this main function and dot kickoff. Here I'm passing my query. What is my query? Is destination is equals to Paris, duration is 7 days. Here I've increased the budget little bit, 2 lakh, and preferences I'm mentioning history, culture, food, photography. Remaining part is similar. So let's go and execute this code. Click on run. Crew execution is started. First task started. It says that research the attractive places in Paris. Second task is find the best hotel. Third task is research local food. All these tasks started in a parallel way. I'm printing about the agent, different agents which are started associated with those tasks. Attraction researcher agent, and the next one is hotel researcher agent. Third thing is a food researcher agent. All these agents and tasks running in parallel. Now we got the answer from the hotel researcher. Answer we got from hotel researcher. It says that it is providing all the details about the hotels here in the Paris and different hotels which we have, luxury hotels, and description about each hotel, all those details which we are getting here, and what is the budget of each hotel also is coming here. And the hotel researcher agent has completed the execution, that is what it is printing here. Then attraction researcher agent completed the execution. Then it is saying that what are different places to visit in this Paris and all the details, and the task is completed for that attraction researcher agent. Then we got the result from food agent, that it is giving all the details about the food available in the Paris, and finally task got completed. So if you take a look, all these 3 agents and the task which are running are independent to each other. There is no dependency between the each agent. So that's why we made this all these agents in a parallel execution. Task got completed. Now after that there is a sequential execution starts. That is nothing but the agent 4, that is travel planner agent. So it is going to prepare a day by day itinerary for all 7 days, and then it is giving an answer. It is saying that in the 7 days what all you can do. Day 1 you can visit these places in the morning, afternoon, evening. Similarly for day 2 it has given the result. Similarly for all the days it is giving the result. Then it has completed the task. Then the 5th task got started, that is the 5th agent is budget analyst. Task is started, budget is 2 lakh rupees, and it should include all these things in the budget, and agent started. It is printing both task and agent here, and we got the final answer. For budget you need to spend this much amount, hotels you need to spend this much amount. Similarly for food, local transport all the activities, and finally it is giving the table, and finally it is giving the conclusion also. Total estimated cost is 1,76,000. Available budget is 2 lakh. We have left with 24,000 rupees. Then it says that crew execution got completed finally, and it is giving all the result which is coming from all the agents. This is about the creating agents in a parallel pattern using CrewAI. Take a look on this particular code. I'll push this code into the GitHub repository. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.